Hello, my name is Nicole White, and I'm a Health and Wellness Coordinator with Fulton County's Government Department of Senior Services, and this is your Wellness Moment. Today, joining us is one of my favorite community partners, Mr. Martin Willis from Humana MarketPoint. Welcome, Martin.
Good morning.
Morning. Martin, will you please tell our viewers a little bit about yourself and exactly what you do at Humana?
Okay, thank you, Nicole. So, good morning, everyone. My name is Martin Willis. I am a sales representative with Humana MarketPoint, where I sell Medicare Advantage plans, Medicare supplement plans, and prescription drug plans. I also interact with the community, and Nicole is one of my favorite partners in the community, where I go out and interact with her participants, teaching classes about health and wellness. It's one of my favorite things to do because not only am I teaching them, I learn from them as well. So I really thank you for this opportunity this morning.
Well, thank you so much for being here, Martin. And it's really weird talking to you like this because I'm so used to you coming into the center. Our participants actually love the different presentations that you offer. And today you're going to talk to us about the habits of happy people. And that's a very relevant and important topic, especially right now. And with there being so much devastation in the world, people are finding it really hard to be happy. But you say there are things that we can do to find or regain our happiness. What are some of those things?
So absolutely. So I have this list of 7 habits of happy people, and I'll let you put that slide up. And while you're putting it up, I'll just tell you that I mentioned that I learned from the participants as well as when I'm teaching because I'm human too. So I feel isolated, so I know seniors are feeling isolated. I really miss the one-to-one interaction and seeing live people. And so if I'm feeling it, I know a lot of seniors are feeling it as well. And so I'm going to go through this list, and believe me, everything that I mentioned in this list, I do for myself as well. So just to preview, it's take care of your body, relax your mind, ignite your spirit, keep things in perspective, stay supported and connected, set goals to look forward to, and be optimistic but realistic. And so that first one, take care of your body. Nicole, you might remember that one of the things that I always talk about in all of my classes is move your body. If you don't move your body will break just like any machine. If you have a car sitting in the garage, you leave it in the garage for 3 months, amazingly, all kind of things will break on that car because it has not been moved. Your body is the same way. So in taking care of your body, you need to exercise and you need to eat correctly. One of my favorite radio personalities, Steve Harvey, says all the time that his trainer tells him, you cannot outwork a bad diet. So you have to do both. You have to eat right and you have to take care of your body. So in this pandemic environment, it's really not safe to go to the gym, but you can get out and walk around your neighborhood where you live. Um, my 2 things that I do is I go to the park and take a hike. There's a couple routes that I take through there, or I ride my bike, and I've been riding my bike a lot over these past couple months. But it's very important for me to do that, and it gets me out of the house also because that is how people start feeling isolated is by staying in the house. All right. Number 2, relax your mind. I'll tell you one of the best things you can do to relax your mind is turn away from cable news outlets because that is all bad news. And I know it's like juicy gossip. It's great to watch and you can watch it 24/7, but it will wear you out. And it is the opposite of relaxing your mind. All right. Um, if you really want to relax your mind, do things that will help you laugh, whether it's reaching out to a friend by phone, uh, maybe reaching out to your friends over Zoom, or just watching, your favorite comedy shows. but do things to relax your mind, because I'll tell you, just focusing on everything that's wrong in the world, and there's so much that's wrong, will wear you out. And if you don't want to do that, meditate. Remember to breathe. Uh, Practice deep breathing exercises. That's very healthy for you as well.
Right. Martin, if I can stop you 1 second, because I know you also talked to us about the importance of a good night's sleep. And I struggle with that. And I hope that you will join us again and go a little bit more into detail with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I know you mentioned turning off the news. I know I used to go to sleep to the news and wake up to the news. And it is like information overload. And it actually, I think it affects my sleep. I mean, what do you think about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, so you've got the TV on when you go to sleep. So
Sometimes, or you know what I do, and then I wake up in the middle of the night and turn it off. Yes.
hmm so I suggest to people that turn off the TV before you go to sleep. The blue light from TVs and electronics actually disrupt your sleep, and then you just said yourself, you wake up in the middle of the night to have to turn it off. And it's always best if you can just sleep solidly throughout the night. So yeah, try to avoid doing that.
Exactly. All right. Thank you so much. I didn't mean to interrupt you. So I think
No.
you're on number 3, ignite your spirit.
Yes, ignite your spirit. So when I say that, many people are going to think about faith and church, and that is the number one thing that people turn to, and that's hard these days also. My church is virtual, and I think everyone's church is virtual now. But you know what? Um, Go ahead and get outside of your comfort zone and go on YouTube or Facebook or wherever your church is having their service. Because it is nice to be able to, if you can't actually physically touch people, to at least see them and have the interaction back and forth with your church family. Also, just stay connected to other people. Whether it's you do a weekly phone call. I've worked with some other senior centers in the area, and they do weekly phone calls. And it's been great for their participants, just that way of staying connected, knowing that either someone's accountable to you or you are accountable to someone else, and they are worried about your well-being. So just don't isolate yourself from other people. That's the best thing that you can do. Um, and if you can, get out of your house, get out of your apartment. I know it's easy to do because none of us has anywhere to go, but get outside, get some sunshine, get some vitamin D, uh, move your body. I mean, even though we have to social distance, you can still say hello from 6 feet or more. I run into people all the time when I'm out hiking. They're out walking their dog, and getting a good morning from someone else it lifts your spirit actually.
Right. And you're right as far as getting out of the house, even if it's just to step on your porch, because when we're in the house all day with our windows closed, we're just getting that recirculated air. But when you go outside, you're getting that fresh air, you get the sun on your skin, and you're also, reconnecting with nature, even if you're just stepping outside, on your porch. So I definitely agree with that, Martin.
Yeah, you know what? Just get off track a little bit. We said reconnect with nature. So on one of my hikes, I saw something bright red on the ground, and it was a bright red mushroom. And I was like, wow, I've only ever seen those in cartoons, but they really exist. So,
what cartoon was that? I think I know.
What's that?
What cartoon was that?
Smurfs.
The Smurfs, exactly. Okay. I remember the Smurfs, exactly. Okay, so maybe they're real. All right.
They are real. So the next thing you do is keep things in perspective.
Mm-hmm.
So when I read that, I think of the Serenity Prayer. You can only control what you can control. So don't sweat everything else. The other thing that I think of is you know sometimes you want to plan for things. Like the big thing now in society, or at least for sports fans, is are we going to have football? Are we going to have college football? That's big here in Georgia. Are we going to have pro football? I don't know. I'm not going to buy a bunch of tickets and, oh, gosh, I hope I can see. You can't control that.
Right.
You really can't. The other thing that you can do in keeping things in perspective is be thankful for what you have.
Mm.
I will tell you, I dearly miss being out and teaching these classes and doing them face to face. I really do. However, I have my job, and a lot of people don't have their jobs.
Right.
I I haven't had to miss a beat, and a lot of people cannot say that. I'm very thankful for that. Number two, I do not believe I've been infected. I'm healthy. A lot of people cannot say that. So, be thankful. Sometimes I tell people, make a list of things that you're happy about. You still have a lot to be thankful for. If you're here and you're watching this presentation, you can probably think of three things really quick that you can be happy about. So just keep that in perspective. All right. Number 5, let's stay supported and connected. And I touched on this with number 3, and ignite your spirit by staying connected to people. Now, Nicole, I can't remember. Are you from the Atlanta area?
You might as well say yes. I'm originally from New Jersey, but I was raised here, so I do claim Atlanta as my home.
Okay, so I'm like everyone else, or I would say I'm that 1 out of every 3 people here in Atlanta who is not from here.
Okay.
I moved here 3 years ago. I'm originally from Chicago. I moved here from North Carolina, and I'm a veteran, so I have friends all over the place. Mm-hmm. And so I stay connected to them either by Facebook, or I'll pick up the phone and just reach out to them. And you'll be surprised at how refreshing it is for you and for them. I can remember a couple of years ago, I reached out to my college roommate. I graduated from the University of Illinois, and I just called him out of the blue. And usually when that call comes out of the blue, something's up. And after a few minutes, he was very quiet, and I was like, hey, Kevin, I just need to tell you, I don't need money. I'm not here to get you in the Amway or some get-rich scheme. I'm just calling to say hi. Right. I was talking to another one of our classmates. He said, hey, reach out to Kevin. And we had a nice conversation, and I hung up after a while because his little girl was getting antsy. A couple of days later on Facebook, he posted a note, hey, man, it was really good to hear from an old friend, because people just don't do that anymore. It's almost like letter writing. It's a lost art. So reach out to someone you haven't talked to in a long time. It will do you both a whole lot of good.
Right. I think you're right, Martin. And if we could just hone in a little bit with our seniors, because many of them may live alone, and they may not. I know a lot of seniors feel as though they are a burden, or that they're bothering their children when they reach out and when they call. So they try not to burden us. But I'm here to say you're not a burden, and please reach out, even if it's just a daily text, so that we know that you're okay. Reach out to your friends. Start using that cell phone. We got my dad a cell phone, and I will admit my dad still had a flip phone, and he was very, very reluctant to use his smartphone, but he's getting the hang of it, but we try to text and call, but it's a good way to stay in touch. And he's on Facebook every now and then, and my dad is 70 something years old, so that's a good way to stay in touch.
Yeah, absolutely. My mother is 84. She's up in the Chicago area, so I make sure I reach out to her regularly, because like you said, sometimes your parents and older relatives feel like they're being a burden. So I reach out to her regularly just because I want to hear her voice. Mm-hmm. And I know that she lives alone, and I don't want her to feel isolated. We're still working on getting her comfortable with Zoom for church. Some of her church family reached out to me, hey, we can't see your mom on Zoom. So I got her a laptop, mm-hmm. and she allowed some folks to come into her house and help her set it up. So it's important to stay connected, because people miss you.
Yeah. Basically. And that's the world we're living in right now. We're living in the a virtual technical world right now. So hopefully we will get back to our old normal, but right now we are depending on technology, and and we have to use technology to stay in touch, to stay connected.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
So number 6, let's set goals to look forward to. And, that is difficult in this environment. But one thing that's really relevant right now, you hear people talking about getting the COVID-15, about 15 pounds. Okay. A very realistic goal that you can set is to take care of yourself. Watch what you eat, um, and exercise. Set a goal to get out and hey, I'm gonna walk, 30 minutes. Maybe push that goal out a little further, or walk to different places in your area. Maybe instead of walking in the park, you walk out and just walk downtown. You know, the downtown that you live in. I'm not saying walk from Sandy Springs to Atlanta, but walk to the middle of Sandy Springs, and go back, or find things like that to do. Because if you don't set goals, you just get stuck in your own head, and
Right.
sometimes in this environment that can be a negative place.
Right. And what do you think about doing different projects? Because I'm going to admit I've been wanting to paint my house or paint the inside and redo the floors forever. And in addition to the quarantine 15, I didn't quite get the quarantine 15, but I did get the quarantine 9. I'm working on getting that off. Okay. But I did paint and my floors are done. And now I'm working on getting new light fixtures, so just doing projects. What do you think about doing projects? And it could be something simple. It doesn't have to be painting, but maybe making a photo album or
Absolutely.
learning a new language.
I love those ideas.
Repotting some plants. It could be something simple, just something to give you, just something to look forward to.
Yeah, absolutely. Something that you can accomplish and see a finished product, whether it's a jigsaw puzzle, or like you said, learning a new language. That's something that you can do online. Painting your home is good as long as you aren't getting more than a half an inch off the ground. Not big on people falling. So
Right. So, major projects, if you feel safe, you might want to hire someone, but no, I did not paint myself. That was no. Okay. All right. Okay. Good stuff, Martin. Good stuff. Okay.
And so then let's hit this last one. Be optimistic but realistic. Just look at, just actually kind of reviewing, look at the things that you can be thankful for. And the people in your life that you can be thankful for, and be thankful for your health. Not ignoring the situation that's going on in the world. I think we've got too many people doing that. That's why this thing is going on for as long as it is. But just go. This is just kind of go with the flow. Is what I would call it. Go with the flow, and we'll eventually come out on the other side of this.
Right. And I love you talked to you mentioned that how some people they're very optimistic. I'm optimistic. I do believe that one day, hopefully one day soon, this pandemic will end. But in the meantime, I'm still wearing my mask. If I don't have to go out, I stay in, so I'm optimistic, but this thing is real. We have to be realistic. And also, you have to have that attitude with a lot of things in your life. I'm optimistic that I'm going to feel better, but I know I may need to take this medication, so
right.
You have to be, like you said, optimistic, but realistic. Absolutely.
Yeah, and during this time, I've developed some good habits. I mean, I've always been a person that exercises.
Okay.
But I always want to do it later in the day. And I picked up the habit of getting out early. I do it to either avoid the heat or avoid that late afternoon pop-up thunderstorm. So I get my exercise in, and it's a good way to start the day. Sometimes if you get an early workout in, and then later on you're feeling like, well, I walked this morning, I really want to ride my bike. Well, 2 workouts in a day never killed anybody.
No. Mm-mm. You're right. Absolutely. Okay. All right. Well, Martin, I think you hit the nail on the head. You want to just go down to 7 again? Just list them one more time. I know they're on here, but could you just read them off to us one more time, please?
Yeah, so take care of your body, relax your mind, ignite your spirit, keep things in perspective, stay supported and connected, set some goals to look forward to, and then be optimistic but realistic. And if I could just add one more thing, and this is something that I'm doing right now that kind of ties into a lot of this. So as I mentioned, I'm a veteran. You see my flag right there from my service in Iraq. And I come from a family of veterans. So my older brother sent me a text and he sent me a note on Facebook challenging me. It's a 22-day challenge where you do 22 push-ups. And this is to raise awareness for the 22 veterans that commit suicide every day in our country. I don't normally participate in challenges. So I will admit I didn't do the ice bucket challenge and all the other challenges that have come along. But I'm on day 11, so I'm halfway through. And I post a video every day and talk about what the challenge is. And it has really made me feel connected. I am surprised at the number of people that have donated to this cause. It's taking care of your body. I knock my push-ups out in the morning. It makes me feel, it just makes me feel better spiritually and physically. So if you can find something like that you can participate in, go for it. This is a great time to do it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Martin, I'm gonna stop sharing for just a second, if that's okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Martin, that was great. Some great information, great tips. Is there anything else you would like to share?
I would just say that I work for Humana, and some of you might be Humana members, or you know someone who's turning 65 or they need the services that I offer. Please feel free to have them reach out to me. I guess I should have had my number up on the screen. But I can be reached. Actually, I can be reached on Facebook now. I'm Martin Willis, licensed agent on Facebook. You can look me up there, or feel free to call me 678-371-3327.
Okay. And you can also reach out to me, and I'd be more than happy to pass on Martin's information. I'm with the county. You can just dial the star line and ask for Nicole, or just dial your local center and ask for Nicole White, and I'd be more than happy to pass on Martin's information. Well, Martin, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for your service. We really appreciate it. And I hope that you will join us again, because I know you have a wonderful presentation on how to get some good sleep. So
yes, I do.
All right. So I look
forward to
forward
that. I miss you, and I miss everyone at Dorothy Benson. So I look forward to it.
I miss you too, but I kind of sort of carry a little memoir of yours in my purse, because you always bring us good treats. I have some hand sanitizer. So
wonderful.
yes. So thank you so much for that souvenir. So I do have a daily reminder of you in my purse, the sanitizer. Thank you. All right, Martin, I look forward to seeing you again soon.
Okay. Take care, Nicole.
Thank you.